Many new faces have come into the Toronto Raptors in this offseason, the main one being Scottie Barnes, who we're hoping can find a serviceable three-point game for his NBA career. But there's another new and incoming player to this team that I also want to see develop a three-point game. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why this player is actually a lot closer to that than you think. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans, this is Amateur Sports, your source for Raptors news, coverage, breakdowns, and so much more. So if you like what you see from today's video and you want more of myself talking about the NBA and the Raptors and videos and content just like this, make sure you are subscribed to this channel with that big button down below. Help us get to 7,000 subscribers on this channel, and don't miss any of the 4+ videos that we post a week, all concerning the Toronto Raptors. But let's get down to business for today's video. If you saw from the title and the thumbnail, we are talking about Precious Achiuwa and how he can be a little bit of an X factor for this Toronto Raptors team, because he has come into this team and showcased some very good things already. Having played in Summer League, he was largely impressive, and he was great in that first preseason game against the Philadelphia 76ers. And one thing in particular that we're looking for in this player that he maybe hasn't showed in his NBA career yet is if he can be that stretch five, that guy who can actually space the floor and knock down his threes. Because the Toronto Raptors, in our previous season, we didn't really have a big who can actually knock down his three-pointers. We had Aaron Baines and Alex Len, who were not good shooters. And maybe Ken Birch near the end of the season started knocking down those corner threes, but we want to get more of a serviceable jump shot from our big man. And Precious Achiuwa looks like somebody who can absolutely do that in his NBA career, because, we've seen that he can actually shoot, not from his time in Miami, because Miami actually seriously underutilized this player, and we're going to get into that. But in his college career, Precious Achiuwa was actually a very good shooter when he was playing with the University of Memphis, where he played quite well, eventually earning a 20th overall selection. The Raptors really wanted to draft this guy in 2020, but unfortunately, he went 20th overall to the Miami Heat. The Raptors had the 29th pick and decided to select Malachi Flynn. I'm not upset, because now we have both of these players. Precious Achiuwa, this is why he was so high on the Raptors board. At 6'8" with a good wingspan, he put up a double-double average with the University of Memphis. 15.8 points per game, over 10 rebounds per game, and the field goal percentages is what is very enlightening on this player. 48% shooting from the field and a nice 33% shooting average from three-point land. Obviously, the free throw percentage, that needs help. The free throw percentage definitely needs help even today. But the three-point percentage, 32.5%, that's pretty impressive for Precious Achiuwa, because last season with the Miami Heat, let's look at these stats here, where he didn't get a ton of play time. Those averages, I don't think they're really fair, because we didn't really get a lot of minutes. So the per 36 really is more illuminating, where he did average a double-double, very similar to the stats that he averaged in his college career. If he had more play time, maybe these numbers would have been better. But the field goal percentages is where I'm looking at here, because he averaged well above 50% shooting from the field, but I didn't even include his three-point percentage in this graphic because it was 0% shooting from three-point land in his full season with the Miami Heat, which means he has never hit a three-pointer in the NBA, which is very strange, because he hit 32.5% of them in his college career. Why was he not shooting threes in his Miami career? Well, let's take a look at the stats even further. Let's go deeper into the three-point percentage, because with the University of Memphis, like I said, 32.5% shooting from three on a good amount of shots. In 31 games, he took 43 pointers and he hit 13 of them. That's pretty good for a center. That's pretty good for even if he was playing as a power forward. But all of a sudden, with the Miami Heat, he just stopped shooting altogether. Like I said, 0% from three. Only one attempt in the entire season, where he played in 61 games and he did not hit that one attempt. That's almost double the amount of games that he played in college. Yet he only took one three-pointer after taking over one a game in his college career. And now I'm wondering, why was that the case? Why was Precious Achiuwa not allowed to shoot for the Miami Heat, or why did he stop shooting altogether? These are questions I don't have the answer to, because Precious Achiuwa clearly is a good shooter, and having watched him play for the Raptors already, he is a confident shooter. I mean, against Philadelphia, this guy walked up the court with the ball, walked inside the three-point line just a little bit, and just pulled up in the defender's face from mid-range and absolutely canned the shot as well. So he's a confident shooter, and he can make those shots as well with that confidence, even pulling up off the dribble, even pulling up in the defender's face. So why did the Miami Heat not let this guy shoot? I think that it is that Miami did not let him shoot for whatever reason. I think that Precious Achiuwa knows that he can shoot, and he would have been shooting if he was allowed to. But maybe Miami was just trying to construct some sort of identical Bam Adebayo Walmart version. Like they wanted him to be exactly what Bam Adebayo was whenever Bam wasn't on the court. Ultimately, I can't explain why he only took one three-point attempt with the Miami Heat. I guess he had the red light there. But the Raptors, so far at least, have given this guy the green light. In Summer League, he was pulling up from three. Again, doing so off the dribble in some occasions. And even though I don't believe he hit one in the game on Monday against the 76ers, he was taking on those shots, and he was taking those jump shots in mid-range. He is a confident, and he's absolutely not a hesitant shooter, which is very strange and very peculiar as to why Miami did not let him shoot. I think that this guy is a very capable shooter, and he's just not been given the tools to succeed in the NBA in terms of the shooting endeavor, which is strange. Miami, to me, I've attributed them to be one of the better development systems in the league. I would say they're nearly on par with the Raptors development team, because Miami are another team like the Raptors who can consistently find these undrafted diamond in the rough players and nurture and develop them into some great NBA talent. Some players like maybe Kendrick Nunn, some players like maybe Duncan Robinson coming through Miami and building up their careers with that team. So why are they not trying to harness this clear shooting potential for Precious Achiuwa? Now, this is fine for the Raptors because we got him in a trade. Obviously, it sucked trading Kyle Lowry, but I love that trade. Kyle Lowry, it is what it is. He wanted to leave. We were probably going to lose him anyway. But to get Precious Achiuwa back in that trade, I think we're going to be looking back on this trade in 3 or 4 years' time like an absolute steal to have picked up Precious Achiuwa on a player who was a UFA anyways. We bring in Precious Achiuwa. He's looking great. He's looking great on defense. He's looking great on offense. He is the perfect player to fit the Raptors system right now. Nick Nurse, Masai Ujiri, and Bob Webster are trying to build this positionless team, and Precious Achiuwa fits that because he can clearly play on the perimeter on defense. He can go out and guard on the outside and on the interior, and obviously a very good rebounder. But on offense, this guy can play in the perimeter as well, whether it be as a shooter. And in some cases, what I really liked was sometimes he grabbed a rebound against the Sixers and he put his head down and bombed up the court with the ball in his hands. He can be the ball handler a little bit on offense as well. Now, obviously, you want more so other guys like Barnes, Van Vliet to be handling the ball. But for Achiuwa, he has the ability to play with the ball in his hands as well. An extremely talented big in terms of the amount of skills that he has to his game. What I think he does need to work on is defending on the interior when it's like a true big going up against him, because Andre Drummond kind of ate in the paint against the Raptors the other day. But I think that sort of thing can come, and that sort of thing is going to come to him while he's working with the Toronto Raptors development team. I just find it so strange that Miami didn't utilize this obvious skill set that he has. The Raptors, they are not going to make the same mistake as the Miami Heat. They are going to use this talent that he has to the absolute extreme. They are going to encourage him and give him the confidence to take on those three-point opportunities, because it would be so nice to add to this team of so many different positionless guys who are really good at slashing because of their length and their size, like Siakam, like OG has shown, like Scotty Barnes has shown. Clearing out the paint with your center and having to go actually defend him on the perimeter because you know he can hit threes is going to open up so much space on the interior for this Toronto Raptors team. And Precious Achiuwa is still so young. He's entering his second season in the NBA, and he only was a one-and-done player in college. He is so young and is still developing all these talents. Admittedly, he's not the most talented big in the league, but he's going to get to a point where he can be a franchise center for this team. He's not going to be the starter right away. I think that's still Kem Birch's spot. I think he's claimed that. That's his spot. Precious Achiuwa coming off the bench with the second unit. That's going to be a fun second unit to watch. And over time, as he's developing all these skills, he gets better on defense, he gets better on offense, especially in the shooting category. He is going to take over that starting center spot, whether it be at near the end of this season or whether it be in future seasons. This guy is going to be here, I think, for the long haul. I think that this can be the starting center on our team for the better part of a decade. The way the NBA is trending to this positionless game, the Raptors have harnessed it. They have gone with the positionless system, and Precious Achiuwa fits that to a T. He fits that perfectly, and the Raptors were right to be interested in the draft, and were right to have gone out and acquired him in a trade as well. This is a great player for this team. I think that he has the potential. I mean, he shot 32% in college from three, 33%. I find that players typically maybe slightly regress in their percentages in three as they head into the NBA for the first couple of seasons, but then they still, with that talent, with the harnessing development, they can get better than that number. So Precious Achiuwa, I think at some point in his career, is going to be averaging over 35% from three. I don't know what's going to happen yet this season, but I fully expect him to average over 30% shooting from three this season. And that's just the first season of him shooting in the NBA. Imagine where that can take him, and imagine where that's going to take the Raptors, having this sort of X factor on their team, who maybe is going to shock a lot of teams, was the fact that he can shoot. I'm excited to see how all of that plays out, but I'm extremely excited to have Precious Achiuwa on this team. And I imagine the front office and the coaching staff are just as enamored with this player. So Precious Achiuwa, his shooting, do you think he's going to find it with the Raptors? Do you think Miami were right not to let him shoot? What's his shooting percentage going to be in this NBA season? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, because that is it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot. If you're still here and you enjoyed, make sure to give a like on this video. Let's try to get to 250 likes today and help reach some new viewers for the channel. Also, you can subscribe to this channel on a road to 7,000 subscribers, and we have so many Raptors videos coming every single week, at least 4 a week. Do not miss any of those videos by subscribing. On the screen right now, on the right side of the screen, are the links to my other channels. Amateur TV is where we vlog and do live game reactions. I was at the Jays game the other day and did a vlog for that. I'm going to be at the Raptors game on Monday, and I'll be vlogging for that, making some entertaining videos for you guys to check out. Also, the Amateur Clips channel is the best highlights from our Twitch streams. We do a post-game show and upload it every single game to Amateur Clips. Go check it out there and subscribe to that channel, support there, or you can just watch the streams live with the link in the description. We'll see you again next time for another video.